Very nice to see you, my little songbird. That was Beautiful Dreamer, wasn't it? You know, I always feel sort of funny because the last time you were here, you didn't find my shoes. I wore my hip jacket for you, however.
You did?
Yes, you did.
Are you sure?
I thought I did. Yes, isn't this what all the guys are wearing? I never know.
No, not all of them.
Not all of them, eh? Say, you've got a group now, and naturally, as you can see, Janis was not on stage alone, and I never mentioned their name. Yeah,
Yes,
it's important. It's sort of silly of me to
It's
slough them off
Full
like...
Tilt Boogie.
Full Tilt Boogie is the actual name of the group? Janis Joplin and...
No, just Janis Joplin, Full Tilt Boogie.
One long word.
Yeah.
What does the title mean? Anything hard
What
to...
does the title mean? It means boogie, man.
But where does the phrase Full Tilt Boogie come from? Is that
From a friend of mine who walked into the dressing room one night and said, "Is everybody ready for Full Tilt Boogie?"
Yeah? What if he'd yelled something horrible? Would you have called the group that? No.
He yells a lot of horrible things, and we just picked that one.
That's good.
From amongst the many things he says.
Say, lately, you know, rock has been in the news because there have been rock concerts where a riot... Have you ever been at a concert where a riot broke out, or have you ever been at a riot that turned into a concert, or... what am I trying to say? It's the coffee you gave me that affected me.
None of the shows I've ever played have ever had any trouble, save one in Philadelphia where a cop clubbed a girl for trying to kiss me, and I didn't dig it.
A fan who just tried to get...
Yeah, a girl just wanted to say, "Hi, you know, I love you," and a cop, dush, bang, throw her away. Sometimes they overreact. But I can dig where an audience would get uptight if they bought tickets and nobody came except them, you know?
Yeah. Well, there are those performers who don't have a totally professional sense of responsibility, aren't there?
They're called hippies, yeah.
Well, not necessarily. I don't want you to cast aspersions on my hippie friends. Wait a minute, can you hold on here for just a moment? Because I have now, it's a point where I have to say something. I have to hold up something. How about the Bank of America? What can I hold up? Oh, this.
No,
There's a
that's
sign.
mine.
No, there's a very confusing sign that says hold up something.
Those are mine.
They're yours?
I think I did. No, those
I
are
swear.
mine.
Oh, all right. Well, it said hold up glasses, and now brace yourselves for one of the zaniest westerns yet, starring a bunch of very seedy gunslingers in Foster Grant Clip-On's watch. I heard that you have a peculiar limousine service. Someone mentioned that to me. What does that mean? Do you have...
It's Love Limousine, run by a really groovy dude named John Fisher, who has, the car is all, the windows are purple,
Yeah.
you know, and has 13 speakers all mounted around.
This is in a limousine?
Yeah,
13
and
speakers?
a big tape deck with everybody you want to hear, and you just get in and you're like in an isolated environment with all this fantastic music coming in your brain, and then when you wake up, you're at the airport or, you know, wherever you have to go to.
Do you ever feel odd riding in a limousine?
I always sit in the front seat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny to think of... What's funny about the front seat?
Well, when you're riding a limousine, you're supposed to lay back in the back seat.
I know it, but you feel...
I always sit up in the front seat so I can look at everybody, you know?
Don't you ever feel funny when people, you know, it stops for a light and people stare, and if you're when you're riding in a limousine and they go, yeah, you know,
No, he's
and
a very
even
good,
worse things.
He's a very good driver. Man.
The driver's good.
They're all afraid of him on the street.
That's how you know he's a good driver.
Yeah.
Nobody
yells at us. I call that pretty good.
That is good. Do you ever water ski?
No. I don't think I've seen a lake in about 8 years, man.
Really?
No, we flew over one last week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not much on sports.
Did I seem to walk strangely as I came out here tonight?
I should have watched closer.
Well, you were back there, but
yeah.
I water ski for the first time over the weekend.
Did you get
And
up?
that's what they always ask, isn't it? I water skied. I know. Well, that's the sensitive thing. I water skied 15 times for approximately 8 seconds each time, and I had to quit. I mean, I have muscles that you would never use in real life that hurt.
Well, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah,
Why bother?
But next time I know that it's going to work. It's just that I did finally get up, but I keel hauled myself, I think, a couple of times. Do you know what keel hauling is?
I have no idea, no.
In the old days when in the pirate days, they would drag a guy behind a ship.
Really?
Yeah. They did it in Mutiny on the Bounty.
Sorry?
And I was down, and do you want to hear about this?
Oh, I'd love, yeah. Tell me, how were you?
Can you contain yourself?
How were you?
How was I?
Here, pretend this is the robe.
Yeah. Oh, you know about it. Well, this was the thing you hold on to.
Oh, yeah,
And you're
right.
down like this, right? And you got both legs up like that. And the boat started off, and I stayed that way. It takes...
That's pretty uncomfortable.
The whole ocean was fighting every muscle in my body. The people had said they'd never seen anything like it. No one told me to stand up. I couldn't see what the fun of it was. Would you care to... Oh, have you had any problems with... How are your press relations? Do you have any problems with interviews and that kind of stuff?
Well, other than having to do them when you don't feel like it,
Yeah.
and other than having to talk to someone who doesn't seem to understand what you're saying, consequently the words coming out a little stranger than you meant them, no.
No. How'd you like your Foster Grants?
They're fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to send me a case, because I lose them all the time.
Do you? Yeah.
Yes, hello, Foster Grant.
Say, do you...
Send me a case of purple sunglasses.
You're not allowed to solicit personal messages like that. Do you think that rock concerts have such a bad name now that it's gonna cut into the business?
No.
I mean, because there have been 1 or 2 riots. There haven't been that
Yeah.
many, but
No, there haven't been
there have
that
been
many.
a couple.
And, well, it's just like a problem of logistics, like the same thing that happened to Haight-Ashbury. You know, at the beginning, not many people knew about it. Consequently, it was just all nice and quiet. But then everybody found it was so groovy, they all wanted to come. Well, now they're getting very big, and to have a good festival, I think you have to have a lot of organizational ability and a lot of talent, you know, and a lot of bread to put the thing together so it'll be, you know, even functionable for the audience, let alone for the groups. You know, like you got to have all that equipment and all that advertising and all that bread and all those people and all that kind of stuff.
There ought to be maybe one group that specializes in staging them and planning them so that people could call them in.
There's several trying to do
There's-
that,
yeah.
but not making it together. You know, but like
statistics...
there's a couple coming off in August, the 6th, I believe, and the 9th. The 6th in Philadelphia, in Shea Stadium, and the 9th in Philadelphia. Peace festivals that Peter Yarrow sort of throwing together. There, a lot of groups are contributing their services, and they're going to give all the bread to peace candidates. You know, they've got some real straight people to administer it, so it isn't a ripoff. You know.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not a lot of people in hip clothes like mine.